2026 FIFA World Cup is finally here. And today we're counting down the top 10 young talents to watch at the 2026 World Cup. Players under 23. Players with something to prove. Players you need to know right now. Let's get into it. Assan Ouédraogo was not originally in Germany's 26-man squad. He's here because Lennart Karl, the Bayern Munich teenager who was supposed to fill this spot, suffered a torn muscle in the final training session before Germany's warm-up friendly against the USA and was heartbreakingly ruled out of the entire tournament. Nagelsmann picked up the phone and called Ouédraogo. And here's the thing, Germany didn't call him just to fill a number. They called him because he earns his place. The 20-year-old RB Leipzig midfielder, formerly of the Schalke 04 Academy, is a big, powerful, box-to-box presence with genuine technical quality. At 6 feet 4 inches, he dominates physically. But what makes him interesting is that he combines that imposing frame with real skill and vision. He chipped in with 4 goals and 3 assists for Leipzig this season, despite being limited by knee problems for parts of the campaign. He comes in as a late call-up with something to prove. There is no greater fuel for a young footballer. Watch for Ouédraogo. He didn't ask for this chance, but he's ready for it. Rayan, the 19-year-old winger, only received his first senior call-up in March under Carlo Ancelotti, but he earned his place in the World Cup squad on merit. And anyone who has watched him play understands why Ancelotti moved quickly. Rayan is the latest gem to emerge from Brazilian football's seemingly endless production line of attacking talent. Quick, direct, technically gifted, with that particular Brazilian flair in tight spaces. He glides past defenders with ease. Brazil need their wingers to unlock defenses, and Rayan could be the player who does it from the bench, or potentially even the starting lineup if his performances demand it. He's one of the youngest players in the entire tournament, but don't let the age fool you. Brazilian football has a long tradition of teenagers arriving at World Cups and changing the game completely. He's got the quality. Now he needs the moment. Kendry Páez, the Chelsea signing who is now on loan at the River Plate and who Ecuador are absolutely banking on at this World Cup. Let me give you some context on just how extraordinary this kid is. He made his senior international debut aged just 16. He became the youngest scorer in CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying history at 16 years and 161 days, breaking records that stretch back to Diego Maradona's era. Think about that. Second youngest South American to play international football ever. Only Maradona was younger. At the 2026 World Cup, he's still only 18. He already has over 26 caps for Ecuador. By the time most players are leaving the academy, Páez has been a veteran international for 2 years. Tactically, he's fascinating. In a high-intensity Ecuador side built on physical duels and vertical pace, Páez is the technical counterweight. This is a name that came with one of the biggest transfer sagas of the past year, because Ayyoub Bouaddi was supposed to be France's next midfield star. He came up through the French youth system, earned 10 caps for France's under-21 side, and looked nailed on to follow in the footsteps of Patrick Vieira and N'Golo Kanté. And then, weeks before the World Cup, he declared for Morocco. Seismic, absolutely seismic. At Lille, Bouaddi did something almost unbelievable. He became the youngest player to ever play in a European competition match, at just 16 years and 3 days old, in the Conference League. He then became the youngest player in Ligue 1 history. He started 37 out of 42 games for Lille this season. Remember when Bouaddi was still 17 and Lille beat Real Madrid in the Champions League? He performed that night. On that stage, against those players. PSG and Arsenal are currently competing to sign him. His price is going to go through the roof after this tournament. This kid is the real deal, genuinely one of the most gifted midfielders of his generation. And Diamande is the one who might genuinely shock the world at this tournament. The 20-year-old Ivorian striker had a debut Bundesliga season with RB Leipzig that turned heads all across Germany. Quick, physical, technically accomplished, with a poacher's instinct in front of goal. Diamande is one of the most exciting young center forwards in European football right now. Ivory Coast, the Elephants, are a team with serious talent across the pitch, and Diamande is their new strike weapon. He combines pace with intelligent movement, the kind of forward that makes defenders terrified of the space behind them. The Bundesliga has been a launchpad for so many African stars over the years, and Diamande has the profile of a player who could use this World Cup to complete his transformation from promising talent to global superstar. Keep your eyes on him every time Ivory Coast attack. He is electric. Turkey arrived at this World Cup as a genuine dark horse, and their star man, their conductor, their creative engine is 21-year-old Kenan Yıldız. Born in Germany to Turkish parents, Yıldız chose to represent Turkey and has become their most important player at just 21 years old. He plays for Juventus in Serie A, where his performances have drawn comparisons to some of the greatest players to have worn the famous black and white shirt. Here's the thing about Yıldız. He's been compared to a young Lionel Messi. And yes, comparisons like that get thrown around all the time. But when you watch him play, you start to understand why people say it. The close control, the low center of gravity, the ability to carry the ball through tight spaces, the creativity, the vision. We're in the top 4 now, and at number 4 we have a player who's already had the kind of career arc that most players dream about their entire lives. Endrick Felipe, 18 years old, Real Madrid striker, Brazil international. Let that sink in for a second. He was just a teenager when he signed for Real Madrid and stepped into one of the most demanding squads on the planet. And here's the thing, he hasn't looked out of place, not even close. Endrick carries on the tradition of Brazilian number 9s, powerful, explosive, clinical. Brazil spent a decade searching for a classic, robust center forward after their golden eras, and Endrick could be the answer to those prayers. At the World Cup, under Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil, Endrick will be competing for a starting spot. But whether he starts or comes off the bench, this kid has proven he has the temperament and the talent to deliver in the biggest moments. He's already scored for Real Madrid. He's already scored for Brazil. He plays without fear. Brazil haven't won a World Cup since 2002. The wait is getting long, and Endrick might just be the player who ends it. Pau Cubarsí is 19 years old. He plays for FC Barcelona, and he is redefining what a teenage central defender can look like. There's a stat that tells you everything about this kid. He averages 8.2 line-breaking passes per 90 minutes, the highest figure among any teenager central defender playing across Europe's top 5 leagues. A defender finding those passes at 19. Cubarsí doesn't just defend, he builds, he starts attacks, he reads situations before they develop. He plays with a composure that makes him look like a 30-year-old veteran who's seen everything. Nothing rattles him. Nothing seems rushed. Spain are the defending European champions. They play a style of football that demands intelligent ball-playing defenders, and Cubarsí has been absolutely central to Barcelona's success this season, alongside the experienced veterans around him. Lamine Yamal, 18 years old, Barcelona's number 10, the heir to Lionel Messi's shirt at club level, and arguably the most exciting player at this entire World Cup. Let me just run you through what this kid did in the 2025-26 season. 24 goals and 18 assists in 48 appearances for Barcelona at 18 in La Liga and the Champions League. You remember that goal against France in the Euro 2024 semi-final? The curling left foot strike into the top corner from 25 yards right before his 17th birthday. That single moment announced him to the entire planet, and he's only gotten better since. There is an injury concern. Yamal picked up a hamstring problem in April and might miss Spain's opening group games, but the outlook is said to be optimistic for his return. And when he's fit, Spain become an entirely different proposition. Arda Güler, 20 years old, Real Madrid, Turkey. He's already been dubbed the Turkish Messi and the Sultan of Dribbling. And while those tags can sometimes be a burden, in Güler's case, they're not far off. Operating as a central attacking midfielder, Güler's profile is extraordinary. He makes a staggering 5.8 shot-creating actions per 90 minutes, making him one of the most efficient final third orchestrators in European football. He drifts into pockets of space that other players simply don't see. His passing is razor sharp. His shooting, particularly from distance, is outrageous. Real Madrid don't sign players who can't handle pressure, and Güler has handled it. Champions League nights at the Bernabeu, the demands of Carlo Ancelotti's system, all while still a teenager. For Turkey, he's not just a player, he's an event. Every time he gets the ball in dangerous areas, something could happen. A defense-splitting pass, a 25-yard thunder strike, a piece of skill that leaves a stadium breathless. The 2026 World Cup has everything: history, drama, legends in their final chapter. But it also has this, the next generation, arriving right on time, ready to take the torch. Which of these players do you think will have the biggest tournament? Let me know in the comments. And if you think I missed someone, who would you have on this list? Let the World Cup begin.